inventory is the center of the universe. I'm Andrew. I'm the CEO, one of the founders of Happy Cabbage Analytics. We build tools for retailers that help them optimize inventory and maximize the sell-through of that inventory. The most expensive thing is inventory. Decisions on inventory ultimately affect discounting, overall revenue, and margin. They make it so that you have cash in your bank account at the end of a month, at the end of a year, making those decisions correctly. 32% of inventory at any point in time will not sell in 30 days. Take this on net 14, net 30 terms, that becomes a debt problem. In fact, 20% of all SKUs have no sales, zero, in a 14-day time period. This equates to about $165,000 of inventory at the SKU level that a store is actually going to carry over 30 days. But when you look at this even closer, there's a weird dichotomy where, yes, I have 51 days of inventory, but on average, for a store to make its sales over a 14-day time period, it needs to acquire 3 more days of inventory that actually physically moves fast to make sales for 14 days. Said another way, if I start a 2-week period with my current inventory and I don't add new stock, my sales will actually go down about 25% because I don't have SKUs that actually have demand within my inventory. When you actually look at this overall, what you start to notice is that I'm basically carrying this dead SKU weight month to month to month, week to week to week. Retailers brought in $3 billion of dead inventory into 2024. $3 billion in retail value. Now $1.5 billion in wholesale. That's a lot of money. How can we fix this? It's actually not that difficult. It's just a lot of math. So the simplest thing to say is just don't reorder what's not selling. We at Happy Cabbage actually have developed a new version of our proprietary inventory recommendation system that we actually use to detect and predict if a SKU is like going to continue to fall in sales, for example. When you run that, and again, it's like, hey, this SKU will fall in sales. It's up to a 90% accuracy on that. You find out that about 10% of all active inventory can literally just be dropped because of that pretty actively and pretty quickly.
Is this an argument against automated reordering between the POS and the wholesale channel?
A little bit. If the ordering process is based on when a case runs out, reorder it. If you're not factoring in the demand component of that, what you're just doing is carrying the dead weight over month to month. It would work if the actual demand level is brought in, which means distributors have to accept the fact that it might be a smaller order next month. And so that's an incentives thing. Are they willing to take that incentive versus constantly restocking and then working on the marketing side to push that inventory through? So we just integrate on the point of sale side. So like I mentioned, all the major point of sales are factored in with here. We don't do anything when it comes to then like actually sending it into like a wholesale system, for example. What we found is the way retailers actually operate is that really it's a matter of inserting it into the buyer with the buyer decision while the buyer's on the phone with the distributor or talking to the distributor. The distributor is actually entering the orders into the wholesale system themselves. So what we're really focused on is the change management and the behavioral management aspect of the job of the human, and then layering on top of that automation. So thank you. Short, sweet, to the point.